Challengers, what is up? What's happening? Ray Higdon here. I'm excited. It is day numero uno. Number one for my non-language inclined friends. What's going on? What's happening? I hope you guys are excited. I know that I am. Let's do this. And so excited. I've been biting at the bit. I have been studying many of your questions, many of the different things you've been posting in here. I actually looked at all of the comments from yesterday, which there were 445 of them. And so I am very well tuned in. However, we are both going to go on a learning journey because I want to find out right now. Many of you have shared what the questions are in your head, but I need to find out what the questions are in the field because this is a 14-day challenge. It's not just a learning journey, right? It's not just another one of those, right? Oh, here's another event where I get to learn a bunch of stuff, okay? This is a in the field challenge. This is a get you on the track, your cleats laced up, you got, black marks or Braveheart or whatever you want to do, and get you running, get you into action, into momentum. And it's such a killer time to be doing this here in the new year. And so welcome. What's up? We got a lot of people on here, so I won't do a whole lot of shout. I won't do any shouts. We'll just get the party started. So first of all, let's answer. I'm going to do like a little overview, and I got a few notes, mainly for myself, to make sure that I cover them. And we're going to have some fun for sure. And so let me give you, what's up, Liz? Let me give you a quick, what's up, Jennifer? See you tomorrow. We got a big VIP coaching day here in my house. We got like 15 people coming. It's crazy. Let me share with you kind of the overview of the 14-day challenge. So the 14-day challenge accomplishes the reason. Why did we come up with the 14-day challenge? So there's a couple reasons, okay? One, network marketers aren't being taught proper marketing. They're not. They're just not. And part of the reason, which I don't necessarily disagree with, I actually don't disagree with this first point. And one of the points is most of your companies don't want to teach you marketing because they believe it is too complex and complicated for the average ordinary person. And I kind of agree. And so this, I want you to just understand what I teach in here is absolutely not what I would teach to my organization. Because there's a lot of people in your organization that don't have a high level of desire and they're just totally cool being there, right? Some of you have heard me talk about the Thompson rule, right? Larry Thompson, he was one of my mentors. Then later on, he was actually one of our coaching clients. We helped him with his branding, social media, yada, 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 that kind of stuff. But he has a rule, 80, 15, and 5. 80% of people in any organization have a desire level of $0 to $500 a month. 15% have a desire level of $2,000 to $3,000 a month, and only 5% have a desire level of $25,000 or more per month. But see, the 5%ers are almost all your trainers, and they train like everybody is or should be 5%ers, but they're not. It mathematically doesn't make sense, okay? And so it'd be like going down to the local YMCA and they hire, Arnold, right? Or who's the buff dude? The Rock. There you go. So, it'd be like the local YMCA hiring The Rock to come in there and say, all right, Grandma, get down there and give me some deadlifts. It just doesn't make sense. Grandma doesn't desire to be a CrossFit champion and, get tattoos and all that stuff, right? Grandma just wanted to kind of pedal away. Let me just keep these joints going, man. And so that's how a lot of leadership blunders happen inside of network marketing. And if you need help around culture, I'm not going to talk a lot about that because we got so much to cover. But if you need help around culture, best thing you can do is actually Google Ray Higdon culture, and you will find a blog post. It's a free video. It's a very detailed video, and it's free. And you'll be able to watch that on our website, rayhigdon.com. Okay, and so I would not, if this was your plan, I would not take what you learn in here and like every day for 14 days go live in your group and teach it, because I'm dealing with you, the person that raised their hand and paid some money to learn this stuff. So I know you have a high level of desire. By the way, there's no one in here that's an 80%er. Okay? How can I possibly say that? I'm sure some people are like, well, Ray, I'm an 80%er because I'm not making any money. You missed my definition. Okay? You missed my definition. My definition of an 80%er is someone who doesn't have the desire to make more than $500 a month. Y'all got the desire, you wouldn't have bought this. You would not have invested in this if you had that low of a desire. Now, you may not be there. You may not be over 500. I'm talking about solely desire, okay? And so, does that make sense? Helpful? All right, let's go. So, overview. I'm going to go live every day for 14 days. Now, for those of you who are in our Rank Makers group, you know that I go live every day in there, right? And so, the timeline is going to be I go live in Rank Makers, and after that, I will go live in here. Now, I cannot guarantee the time. In the next 14 days, I think I'm speaking at one event, maybe. I'm not sure, but I'm positive. There is no 14-day stretch where I'm not traveling some, and so I'm positive there will be times where I'm doing a video from somewhere else, and there will be different things going on in my life, so I can't dictate, hey, it's going to be 9 a.m. every single day. Just not the case. And so most will catch the replay. No need to have tears in your beers because you didn't catch it live. And I know some people, and we'll talk about excuses, but some people are like, oh, I can never catch you live. Oh my God. Well, guys, a few years ago, you couldn't catch anybody live, right? Like, so from I've done 1 to 2 videos a day, every day for now 9 years, okay? And guess what? The first, let's see, 5, 6, 7, the first like 7 years, none of them were live. They were all, you would record them, you would upload them to YouTube or upload them to Facebook, and you would hope that someone saw them. You didn't have this whole check the gauges immediately kind of nature, microwave mentality that we have right now. And so, you used to not be able to catch anything live. All right, so let's not be so about weird about whether you catch it live or not. Most of you in here are going to catch the replay, and I realize some of you are in Australia, some of you in the Netherlands, some of you in a different galaxy, and some of you are wherever. Right? I know that many of you're all over the world. Right? I appreciate that. Where I will take that into account is I will give you plenty of time when we run the contests. Which today we're not going to start with a contest because I want to kind of get you, lubricate the joints, get you kind of, going a little bit. Then we'll start dropping enough information for you to win. And I am going to teach you during this 14-day challenge, I'm going to teach you how to win contests. And in fact, we taught it in the last 14-day challenge, and we actually had people that won other contests since that 14-day challenge. One of them was, I believe, Michelle. I think Michelle Coffee. Yeah, right there. That's so funny. I thought of your name and you came to my existence. And so Michelle actually entered a video contest after the 14-day challenge and won a speaking spot at her company event. How cool is that? So I'm going to teach you how to win. I'm going to teach you how to win. I'm going to teach you how to generate leads. I'm going to teach you how to think like a marketer, how to get more people reaching out to you, et cetera, and so forth. And so those things you're going to learn, but I'm not going to teach you every single thing right now because it would just be too much. If I went into transitions and where to find topics and all that different stuff in the first video, y'all would be like, right? It would just be too much. It'd be a fire hose. And so we're gonna take this bite by bite, and I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna put my finger on your pulse and listen and pay attention to, okay, where are you struggling? What's the problem here? Because I can tell you, I have a rough guideline, but no day is set in stone besides today. Okay, today is set in stone, but no other day is set in stone. So I'm not just going to blindly charge forward and say, day 3, we're talking about this. I don't care what y'all need. I'm going to pay attention to your needs because I want you to win. I want this to be the best investment you've ever made in all of your business career. And I don't care if you have a master's degree or a PhD from Wharton or Harvard, it doesn't matter to me. I want this to be the best money you've ever invested in your entire life. And so let's go. All right, so overview. I'm gonna go live every single day. You will be assigned a task every single day. that task will be around marketing. So although I'm a huge fan of prospecting and we teach prospecting inside of Rankmakers, I will not be giving you prospecting tasks. I will not be telling you to reach out to people. I'm going to be talking about how to generate leads coming to you. Now, if you have never done anything like this, good marketing that attracts people to you, then you're not going to hit it out of the ballpark day one. It's just not going to happen. It takes a little bit of time. And there are some concepts that will be a little controversial. But I will never, this is a promise, I will never give you a suggestion without telling you why I suggest it. And that's something that I'm just not going to say, hey, trust me on this, just do this. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you psychologically why it's more effective. And if there is a tactic that I'm not crazy about, but it's super effective, I'm going to teach it. I'm going to say, hey, you know what? I don't really like this, but hey, it works like crazy. And so I want you not to be impressed. I don't want your applause. I want you to get results. I want you to have people reaching out to you. I want you to feel better about doing videos and working your social media. I want that for you, okay? And so task every day. We will most likely have 3, maybe 4 contests, okay? And let me just answer some of the common questions. So number 1, each video that I do is going to be archived and put into your customer hub that you will have access to for the rest of your life. Okay, so if you want to watch it 2 years from now, you'll be able to watch it 2 years from now. Okay, we keep a really big file cabinet, and so we will hold on to every single thing that I record, and that will be in there. 2, this group will alternate. So the next time we will most likely run one of these every single quarter. And so the next one will probably be like 3 months from now. I would encourage you to not look just at, well, what am I going to learn? But instead look at, what does it make me do? Now, I guarantee you for many people, you know, if I had to guess, I'd say 90% of you in here, you will go into more action than you've ever been in your career. I believe that, 90% of you. Now, 10% of you are juggernauts and psychopaths already, and so you're already doing videos every day, and you're already, a psychopath, and that's awesome, right? Good. We're going to teach you how to be more effective in that psychoticness. But 90% of you, I believe, are going to be in more action than you've ever been in before. Remember that feeling, because you may want to hang with us every quarter. I mean, it's not a humongous investment, let's be honest, right? We're not killing you, and charging you $500 or $1,000. It's a pretty modest investment. And to get you into action, I would say it's very, very worth it. And so that's that. Anything else? This group, again, the next challenge will not be in this group. So it will be a different group every single time. People like to ask that question. What else? I think that's it for now. That's it for now, as far as the overview. Now, one thing that's very important to me is anyone can win. And I would even argue, I mean, I got some big players on here. I already see some names, man. So I'm getting all nervous. I should have wore a tie. But I'm just gonna do it anyway. I'm just gonna say this. We will create every contest so that anyone can win. So I'm not going to say, hey, whoever gets the most comments, because that's not fair. That's not fair. Some of the people on here, they can post a picture of a breakfast burrito and get 500 comments, okay? And some of you can post the, solving of the, some amazing, you could post the cure for cancer and you'll get 2 likes from mom and brother-in-law, right? And so we will create every contest so that anybody can win. And I would even argue, I'm going to throw a challenge out to my influencers here. I would argue that non-influencers probably have a better chance. Why? Well, a lot of influencers have upper limit issues. And although they were really hungry when they were coming up, when they arrived, okay, they want to protect their image more than play big. And so I noticed, not to call anybody out, but I noticed that in the last 14-day challenge, the majority of big influencers didn't play that big. because they got to walk around town and social media and be the big dog. Man, if they play a raise contest, and that means they're not as cool, man. And so you play however you want. I hope you play. But if you really want to step your game up, and for everyone, the upper limit is different. I mean, some people reach upper limit $100,000 a year, some at $100,000 a month, some at $100,000, every 2 weeks, whatever, right? And just know, I mean, I have purposely positioned myself to work with people that make ridiculous amounts of money more than me. I had one of my mentors a year and a half ago built a $250 million company from scratch, not a network marketing company, but an education company. And so I'm constantly like gravitating to the people, like my next door neighbor, actually, I've been spending time with him, and he runs a humongous company. And so, I'm always pushing my upper limit. You may be the big fish in your pond, but there are oceans out there. And so there is absolutely no reason why there aren't more network marketers making 10 to 12 million, $20 million a year. The only reason they're not is because they hit their upper limit and they say, I'm big time now. What's up? You go to the convention, they lower you from the ceiling. They got doves flapping behind you, smoke, right? And so you're the big time now. You're signing, babies, shaking hands. And so I would encourage you that whatever level you're at, you can 10x that. You can. You absolutely can. I'm telling you, you can 10x it. And in fact, we just, rest in peace. We just saw, a gentleman named Dexter Yeager just passed away yesterday. And I mean, that's a guy that's, the dude's been making 10 million plus a year forever, like how many decades, right? And so, he showed what's possible. And so it is possible for a network marketer to make a lot of money. And so I would always watch that upper limit. I never wanted to be the big fish in the little pond. I want the bigger pond. I want to stay hungry. I want to stay climbing that mountain. And a lot of influencers struggle with that. They got to look cool, man. They got to have the shades on. They got to have, they got to be super cool, and super cool don't play contests. But if you did, your game would step up. I'm telling you. So I encourage you, play big, really encourage you. But at the end of the day, anyone can win. Now, does this mean we're anti-influencers? Of course not. I just noticed that not as many of them played big in the last 14-day challenge. It's up to them. So I'm kind of calling y'all out. I mean, hey, you're already big time, baby. So, you don't need my contest. But if you want to grow, if you want to play big, what if we took our self-image like we were when we were hungry, set it to the side, and embraced our coachability and embraced, making it happen, okay? I really don't want to yell at you, but I will, all right? Guys, it's 14 days. It's not 14 years. This is not a 10-year prison sentence. It's 14 days. It's 14 days. Now, I can tell you, in the last challenge, on day 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on day 5, there were so many people like, I didn't get a chance to do the action step. I'm like, y'all have big goals and you can't even endure 14 days? Seriously? Like, and I'll just, I try to say these things that kind of spur you and try to, I'm not saying these things to brag or whatever, but when I went full-time in not network marketing, but I went full-time as an entrepreneur, which was April 2005. And I was in real estate. That was my first, kind of full-time career outside of corporate America. And so I went, 4 years in of being a full-time entrepreneur, I'm dead broke. Foreclosure, $1 million in debt. And sucked. And so 2009, I got serious about network marketing. I was going to make that damn thing happen. Literally, seriously, I could have been selling toilet bowls. It doesn't matter. I would have been the best damn toilet bowl salesman on planet Earth. I would have broken every record on the planet, okay? Because I was hungry, man, hungry. Some of you, I bet only a few of you have seen my video where I talk about I had steak teeth for knives and I was going to climb the Himalayas even if I had to chomp at it the whole time, right? It's a little weird. But I was hungry, man. And so climb, 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 climb. Fast forward a little bit. 2013, my first $1 million year. 2014, my first $1 million month. 2015, my first $1 million weekend. And guess what happened? Guess what happened after my $1 million weekend? So I did an event called Top Earner Academy, which we actually have coming up here. It's sold out, so I'm not selling you tickets. But it's sold out. It's here in March. And there I offered coaching, $1.1 million in sales in a 3-day time span. Okay? Guess what I did on Monday? I got back to work. I did a video. Like I showed up. What do y'all think? I went to Ibiza or I went, swimming in a money bin? No, I went back to work because there's still people left to impact. And so if you crave the limelight, if the limelight is what you crave, you'll get there. And some of y'all will get there at 100,000 a year. Some will get there at 50,000 a month. Some will get there at $1 million a year. At $1 million a year, you're a celebrity here. I just want to encourage you because I really want to challenge your upper limits here. $1 million a year is a fantastic salary. It ain't shit as a business. That's what the local pie company does. That's what the local froyo shop does. Okay, and so if you're think about that. Okay, you can build a much larger business than you have. I guarantee you. There are people that you will never hear about. They will not cross any stage that have been making $20 million a year in network marketing for 30 years. You ain't gonna hear from them. They ain't showing you their check. They're not posting on social media. But that is possible. And when I say money, okay, when I say anything about money, some of you cringe, right? You're like, oh man, it's about the money. Man, all he talks about is money, right? Money for me is instantly translated as impact. So I know the only way for me to make more money is for me to make a bigger impact, is for me to provide more value. And that's the same with you. And how you provide value is through your product, through your service, through your opportunity, through your leadership, through your community, through your training, through your camaraderie, through your love, okay? All of that stuff is value and impact. And so it's something that when I say this, get in the habit of translating when I say a money thing instead of cringing, because you think, oh, that's bad and evil and greedy, right? Money's just a magnifier. It makes you more of who you are. You want to, if you're a jerk, you make more money, you'll be a bigger jerk. I've seen it happen. But if you're someone that cares about helping others and making a difference and making an impact with more money, you can do more. Okay, you can do more. You can be, this year will be the 3rd year that we were the #1 sponsor for the March of Dimes. And that, at our last event, we raised, I think $70,000 for March of Dimes. And we love that kind of stuff, right? We're on the board for another children's charity. And so we love doing that stuff. Money allows you to do more of that stuff, okay? And not out of guilt. I don't give because I'm like, oh man, I'm making money, I better give something. No, I give because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good, right? So I'm selfishly giving to charities and raising money and doing fundraisers, right? It makes me feel good, okay? So start to translate. Money is just impact and value. That's all it is, okay? And so I want to really challenge you. I want to challenge you to show up. And if you're an influencer making $1 million or $2 million or $5 million a year, you have the muscle within you to go out and quadruple that and even 10 times that. I really mean that. And I hope you embrace that. I really do. That's not me saying, oh, I'm not making fun of it. Congratulations. That's awesome. But I think there's still people out there that need to be impacted, that need the value that your product, service, or opportunity brings. So let's get out there and let's help some more people. Let's help impact more. Okay. Okay. All right. Good. We are really good on time. Book suggestions. So anytime people take a look inside my psychology of marketing, they're like, holy crap, how did you learn that? Like, how did you learn the buy cycle? How did you learn the language patterns that you use? How did you, like, a lot of people will say, hey man, how do I retrace your steps and learn how you learned about marketing? Well, you'll find that I am very conservative when it comes to suggesting marketing books. And I don't know if I have any in here. I got one out there. I was just reading one this morning. The reason that I'm very conservative is not to hide where I've learned. I mean, I've learned from Joe Sugarman, David Ogilvy, Claude Hopkins, Russell Brunson, one of my good buds. I'm actually speaking at his event next month in Tennessee, and so I've learned from lots and lots and lots of different people. The reason you won't see me recommend a lot of marketing books is, like, let's say this is one of my books, but let's say that let's turn it around. Let's say that this is a marketing book. I have the ability to read a marketing book that has nothing to do with network marketing and translate it for you, right? Because there are things said in every marketing book that should not be said to network marketers. And this is where trainers blow it. So a lot of trainers like network marketing trainers, they'll get a course on social media and they'll say, ooh, that's pretty good. I'm gonna go teach it like it's my own content to my network marketing crowd. And they're missing the translation. They're missing because there are things, for example, one thing we'll cover in here, not only should you not be an expert, not only should you not create credibility, okay? We won't cover that today, but we will, okay? Not only should you avoid creating credibility, avoid being an expert or an authority, all right? It actually harms your duplication if you do. But you'll never find that in any social media course. Why? Because if I'm, like I have right now a medical company is wanting to bring me on board to help them build their community. A real estate investor trainers want me to help them build his community. And with those guys, totally, I want to position them as credible. I want to position them as authorities and experts, okay? And why? Well, because the real estate investor isn't teaching people to do exactly what he's doing. You are. See, you want people to believe, not be impressed by how impressive you are, incredible, and then they think, oh, wait a minute, I can't do what they do. Oh, they're a 27-year registered nurse. Well, I don't have that experience. Oh, they're a doctor. Well, I'm not a doctor, right? We want people to walk away from you, even when you're marketing, and say, man, if they can do that, I think I can too. And so we will dive deep on that. And I know that some people are kind of like, what is he talking about? No authority, man. I want people coming up asking for my autograph. Well, if you want to make sales, sure. If you want to make real money in this profession, you should avoid that. Okay? But any trainer that went through any social media course on the planet would say, it would tell them, become an authority, become an expert, become credible, and they would take it and teach it to their network marketing crowd. Not accurate. And so that's why you won't find, I am very selective on what trainers I suggest and what books I suggest, because I can translate what they're saying into network marketing lingo, into how this applies to network marketing. For example, what I'm reading right now, I'm reading an Ogilvy book, and it would be so much heavy translation. This is like reading something in a different language. Most of it, 99% of it, does not apply to network marketers, but I can pull the 1% out that does. And so, all right, there we go. That's my thing on book suggestions. Now, when it comes to mindset, when it comes to, like inner journey, sure, for sure, absolutely. Liz, we'll talk about that. Not today, though. All right. You need to learn if you want to grow fast. See, growing is optional, and it's also dialable, okay? So if you want to grow fast, it is in direct contrast to comfort. It is in direct contrast to being ready. So was I ready for my first video? Nope. Was I ready for hiring that first coach? Nope. Was I ready to run my first event? Nope. Was I ready for my first kid? No, right? So parents, were you perfectly ready for your children? Okay, they're going to arrive on Thursday, and we're going to have this bedroom right here. They're going to sleep from here to here. They're going to eat this, this, and this. They're never going to have any screen time. because I've heard that screen time is bad for children, so they're not going to have any screen time, and this is how it's going to go. And then they arrive, and you're like, holy crap, man, what happened? You're barely sleeping, you're waking up, they're kicking you in the face, right? You're stepping on Legos every day, right? You weren't ready, but boy, did you grow fast. And so you need to move before you're ready. Stop waiting for the shipment of the ring light. Stop waiting for the shipment of the microphone. Stop waiting for whatever the hell, I just got a real sexy background coming. Stop it and move forward before you're ready. You don't need to have all of the tools. You just need to move forward. And so don't wait. Don't wait until you're ready. Nobody is ready to write their first book. No one's ready to have their first kid. Nobody's ready. And so move forward before you're ready. All right. This will be fun for some of you. Some of you are lifelong learners and you are marketing students. And so you came in here, and I don't know what percentage, but I would guess 10%. 10 to 15% of you came in here and said, well, I'm really smart on marketing. Let's see if I learn anything, okay? I would encourage you to stop looking at what you think you know and look at your results. If you have generated hundreds of thousands of leads online, if you have ran advertising budgets of $90,000 a month and more, if you have generated millions of dollars using social media and the internet, and you can directly correlate it, then awesome. If you've learned a whole bunch of stuff but never done any of that stuff, maybe you don't know it. And that doesn't mean I'm making fun of you, doesn't mean that I'm mean, doesn't mean any of those things. But there's a lot of people that I see online, and I see, quite frankly, face to face, and you'll say something like, hey man, I got this great book on money mindset. And they said, I've heard that stuff before. Really? Well, you're broke. Maybe you need to hear it again. And so if you're really, really smart at marketing, but you're not generating leads, maybe we're not so smart, okay? Maybe we're not so smart about marketing, and we need to learn some things and then do some things, okay? You don't read a book and know how to ride a bike. You don't read an ebook or go through a course and know how to swim. You got to swim. You got to fall down on that bike. You got to go down the hill, scuff your knee, right? You have to get in the trenches to truly learn stuff. I can't just study on how to tackle in football and say, oh, okay, I think I got it. Oh, yeah, there we go. And then go out there and the perfect form tackle. I have to get out there and do it wrong a few times, get bucked, get trucked, get ran over. And then I'm like, okay, maybe if I drop my hips a little bit, maybe it'll be a little bit better. And so it's something that you know what you have created in regards to results. That's what you know. So do I know, and just to pick on me, do I know what it's like to build a $100 million a year company? I do not. Now, I've studied under several people intimately that have done that, so I got an idea of the scaling needed and that sort of stuff. Haven't done it, so I don't know it. And I would encourage you to take that kind of attitude. Anything I haven't done, I don't know, even if I've read 52 books on it. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right. Now, you are going to fall in love with the concept of marketing. Marketing is going to be a seductive mistress to you. And you're going to say, man, she's pretty, right? You're going to fall in love with the idea of doing something and getting someone to reach out to you. You're going to fall in love with it. You're going to be like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is unbelievable. I would encourage you, especially in the beginning. In the beginning, you probably aren't going to be getting a lot of leads. Okay, you're probably not. Not enough for you to live on. And so don't stop prospecting, okay? But not in this group. We will boot you. I have no problem with that. I just have no issue with that. If we get screenshots that you're prospecting, hey, I see you in the 14-day challenge. What business are you in? Or hey, are you happy with your company? If we get a little bit of proof of that, you're booted, right? You're toast. And so no prospecting in this group. However, don't stop prospecting. And I see this mistake made all the time. Someone, they get in and they start learning marketing and they're like, wow, this is amazing. This is awesome. And they're like, man, I totally prefer this than reaching out to people. That's for the birds. Well, getting people to reach out to you is superior. I mean, it's just better, right? And we say people that their entire career they just buy leads, it means they're just intellectually lazy. They're just lazy. Now, I'm not saying not to do it. I'm not saying that doesn't work. I'm not saying whatever, but if I had to buy leads all the time and I wasn't willing to work on my marketing to get people to reach out to me, which is what the company does that you're buying leads from, right? That's just intellectually lazy. How can I not be intellectually lazy and learn the art of marketing to get people to reach out to me? And so, however, in the beginning, so for example, when I got serious about network marketing, and here I was, dead broke, personal foreclosure, all that different stuff, and I started doing 1 to 2 videos every single day. However, it wasn't taken off. I wasn't inundated with leads on day 1, week 1, month 2, month 5, right? And so I also went for 20 no's a day. Now, some of you know that we co-authored a book called Go for No for Network Marketing. And so, I went for 20 no's a day. So it was video a day, 20 no's a day. Both, not either or, okay? And so it's those 20 no's a day is what fed me while in the first few months while my marketing was still being developed, right? While I was still working on that marketing. Now, eventually, because I was just showing up all the time, the marketing kicked in and I started getting leads. And I started getting lots of leads because of all of that work. But had I sat there and refreshed my screen and waited, for the first few weeks or months, I wouldn't have been able to live. I wouldn't have been able to eat. And so that's what I did. Don't stop prospecting. Now, if you're on here and you're an influencer, you already have a following and all that different stuff, with a couple little turns of the dial, a couple little tweaks, you're going to be getting leads. I'm just letting you know, right? And so we'll dial it in, we'll turn a couple knobs, and you'll start getting leads. If you have plenty of leads to talk to every day, then you don't have to prospect necessarily. You just got to follow up with these people, and we'll build that in for you. Okay? All right. So one of the contests, and I just want to this is kind of a future pacing here, but one of the final contest will be how did the 14-day challenge benefit you? And one of the ways to win contests is to do the whole before and after and to track your progress. So tomorrow, not today, but tomorrow, I'm going to give you the link so that you can start tracking your videos and what they do. Now, if you're brand new to marketing and you haven't been marketing correctly or at all, then you're not going to have humongous numbers. You're not going to have impressive numbers, but everyone starts somewhere. And so you'll have a tracker where you're able to track how many people reached out to you. Was it your first live, and all those different things, so that by the end of the challenge, you'll be able to say, okay, here's all the leads that I generated, here's all the things that I did, et cetera, and so forth, which makes for a very powerful video contest entry. That makes it you sharing not just, oh my God, it was awesome, the 14-day challenge was so cool, it was amazing. It goes from that to, hey, during the 14-day challenge, I had never generated a lead, but I was able to generate 220 leads, and this is amazing. I actually have some signups and some customers, etc. And so we're looking to drive production and results, not just impression with knowledge. And look at how good we are at training. Not what we're looking to do. We're looking to get you into action, get you into momentum. And so, I'll talk, real quick about excuses. So some of the excuses you'll hear from people that didn't watch this video, right? So, would you ever walk into a furniture store? This is one of my favorite analogies. I just really dig this. Would you ever, I'll drop the tracker tomorrow, Tracy, for you. Would you ever walk into a furniture store and just walk in, not talk to anybody, okay? You just walk into a furniture store and you look around and you don't see them and you say, where the hell's the couches? Where's the couches around here? Would you do that? Or would you come into the furniture store, look around a little bit, maybe look to see if there's a directory, maybe go up to someone and say, hey, can you tell me where the couches are? All right? Hopefully you would do that and you're not a psychopath. But you will see some people come into this group and they will say, hey, well, where the heck's this? Where's that? And they haven't even watched a video. They literally haven't asked for help. They're coming in with an attitude. And I want to help you with that, okay? this is a deep one. This is a deep cut, all right? How you treat people that you exchange money with, okay, is going to determine how large of a business you build. So if you exchange money to someone and you immediately become demanding of them, if you say, okay, Ray, here's the money for the 14-day challenge. Now you need to cover this, and I need you to do this, and I need you to do that. You will sabotage your business. You will never build a large business. Why? Why? Because you don't want to be treated that way. You don't want people coming into your organization and telling you what you need to do, right? So know that I'm not emotionally affected when someone wanders into the furniture store and says, "Where's the couches?" I'm not emotionally affected. I'm just like, all right, they're just not evolved, right? They don't understand that, when I pay someone money, I honor them because I want to be honored when someone pays me money, okay? So that's the difference. Someone who builds large businesses, they think about how do they spend their money? Does giving money to someone, investing in something, a course or whatever, right? Does the handing over of my money, does it make me become demanding and mean and whatever? Or is it an honoring of, hey, I'm so blessed to be able to do this because I want people to be blessed to do that for me. And so it's something that there are a lot of, especially the people who are making the least amount of money, I guarantee you got some of these issues. Guarantee you. I guarantee you. And if you despise people that sell things, like I know people that if they're on a webinar, and I've seen this in social media land, but if they're on a webinar and someone starts selling something, they're like, "Hey, how dare you sell something?" And they wonder why they're not selling anything themselves. They're not selling anything themselves because they don't want to become that which they despise. You will never become that which you despise, okay? So, action step. Let's get to it. There will be people say, "Well, what time zone is it, bro?" Google it. And so anything technical, your fastest is Google it. Google has the answer for everything technical, okay? It just does. So how do I flip my camera? Google it. What time zone? Google it, okay? And so, just be more efficient and learn the art of Google. I still use it, all those different things. And so your action step. And I would like for you to generate some leads today if that's possible. Some of you will, some of you will not because you're just getting started. Your action step is to take people on your journey. And so my suggestion to you is do a Facebook Live, okay? And take people on your journey. And so what that means is you do a Facebook Live and you say, "Hey guys, I'm letting y'all know that I just started. It's day 1 of a 14-day marketing challenge where I'm going to be learning all kinds of things around marketing and generating leads and social media. And I'm really excited. If you learned anything from this, right, this very first video, maybe share a couple things if you did, right? Give it a little bit more meat. But then I want you to do, and you're going to hear this term, I think I can erase this. You're going to hear this term over and over and over, but I want you to do a call to action, okay? A call to action. Now, we're going to be working on this pretty much the entire time, but today's call to action, when you do your Facebook Live, today's call to action is, hey, if you would like to get my notes from the 14-day challenge as I go through them, send me a private message and I will include you on a chat role or in a group or whatever it is that you want to do, and take them on your challenge. Now, if this is your second challenge, don't overthink it. You're still going to learn some stuff, okay? And some of it it's going to get repeated, right? So you may hear some things you heard in the first one, still how you do it. And if you need an email, Tina, just support@higdongroup.com is the fastest for sure. And so do a Facebook Live. Take people on your journey. And we're keeping this a little loose here, okay? Keeping this a little loose, but have a call to action that says, hey, I'm doing this 14-day challenge. If you would like my marketing notes as I go through the challenge, feel free to reach out to me. And then the only other step, because I'm keeping this very basic, We're going to get more advanced, believe me. I'm going to keep it very basic. Okay, I want you to do our CTA delay. Okay, that doesn't look right. Hold on. Let's fix this. I want you to do the CTA delay. All right, so the CTA delay is you've done a call to action in your Facebook Live. Reach out to me if you would like my notes throughout the 14-day journey, okay? That's your call to action. If someone reaches out or when someone reaches out, okay, I want you to do a CTA delay. And what that looks like is, hey, I'm more than happy to send you my notes when I'm back at my computer, but I'm just curious, are you currently in a home-based business where you need to learn marketing? Ask them if they're in a home business. Why? Because if they're not, you would then ask the question, are you open to taking a look at one? So the goal here is leads first, okay? Actually, technically, I should say, goal number one is just to do the video, okay? Do the video. 2, you hope for some leads. 3, convos. And some of you, I doubt a high percentage, but some of you will actually get some signups, okay? It'll be a small percentage, but some of you will. And so keep track of this. This is your journey video. Hey guys, this is what I'm about to do. I'm about to go on this 14-day marketing challenge, and I'm going to be learning marketing. In fact, today he talked about mindset. He talked about how you won't become that which you despise. He talked about how people have upper limit issues where they arrive and they don't want to soil their dress, and they don't want to continue to look that perfect, whatever. But do the journey video. Get the video. We hope that someone reaches out to you. If they do the CTA delay. You may have to step back from your computer and say, hey, I'll start sending you my notes when I'm in front of my computer, but I'm just curious, are you currently in a home-based business where you would need to learn marketing? Start that conversation. And if they say, no, I'm not actually, ask them, well, are you open to taking a look at one? I mean, I have one that I love. I'm happy to send you more information, okay? And so in the hashtag, I thought about this in the last challenge, and I'm not going to have you do a hashtag for every live. And so for this one, actually this one does make sense. I'm not going to have you do it for every live, but this one, just do 14-day challenge. Okay, so use hashtag 14-day challenge on this one, and there you go. That's your action step. Don't overthink it. Well, Ray, what if my lighting sucks? Do it anyway. Well, Ray, what if I don't have a tripod? Do it anyway. Well, Ray, what if it's cloudy outside? Do it anyway. Well, Ray, what if I have a noisy dog? Do it anyway. Well, Ray, what if I got 52 kids? Do it anyway. Well, what if my makeup doesn't look great? Do it anyway, okay? Do it anyway. This is day 1 of 14. Play big, all right? Good luck, and let's rock. All right, bye, guys.